the Third Rock of the Sun, John Lithgow, and the music of Lisa Loeb. My first guest is an Oscar-winning screenwriter. Oh, and he's younger than me. Oh, man. Don't you hate when you reach that age when people are doing great things and they're younger than you? Anyway, he's currently co-starring in a very wild film from Dusk til. This is a action-packed would be the key word. This is just a crazy film that opens today all over the place. Please welcome Quentin Tarantino. Don't you just hate dealing with those Beverly Hills tailors? They drive you nuts.
Oh, I know.
Don't they? It's just unbelievable.
I thought I would dress down, you know. Actually, you know what? These shoes. In this movie I just did, one of the actresses in it is Juliette Lewis.
Right.
And she was talking about, see, I can't do the impersonation of her that good now because I have a mustache. It just kind of breaks the illusion just a touch.
Yeah, you don't really look like Juliette.
I can't channel Juliette that much with a mustache. But she was like, you know, Quentin, I really liked it a lot when you were on Jay Leno and you had those really really cool red sneakers and I was watching them and I was thinking, wow, those are really cool. These are for you, Juliette.
Oh, that's very good. Now, have you been, where were you, overseas now? Is that where you were?
Yeah, I was in Holland. I was in Holland for about a month and a half.
Now, what were you doing? Just kicking back? Or
yeah, I really liked that place a lot, and I go in and I kick back, and I started writing, like the new script and stuff.
That would be international symbol of writing?
Yes, exactly. and the time for the check, too, I think. Okay.
I like when people do that. You know, they go, I was writing, and some people, what does he mean?
Yeah, right. Oh, of course, there you go. Oh,
yes,
I was so lost.
But you've been there before. You go there a lot to write, huh?
Yeah, well, I wrote Pulp Fiction there. I was there for like 3 months, right there. This is the first time I'd ever been in
Now, that's interesting to me. Is it, do you write better sort of about America when you leave it and you look back on it? I mean, why? Is there a reason for that, or is it just a relaxing place?
Well, it was like, the first time I was there. I mean, now I just kind of like the place. You know? So I go there. You find a place that you like and you keep going back. But the first time, I had never been anywhere. I mean, I had barely left Los Angeles County, all right, my whole life. When you make minimum wage, you just can't, like, be Phineas Fogg, all right? So, so I was like, I got some money. I'd just done Reservoir Dogs, and so I'd got a check, and I was like, wow, I finally get some money. So I went to Europe for the very, very first time, and I loved it. But the thing is, when I was writing it, that's where all that stuff in Pulp Fiction about, Big Macs are called this, and Quarter Pounders are called that, and it was like I was experiencing that for the very first time there, and I was, I really thought it was charming how much they're the same, but yet they're different in these little quirky ways. They make change on a bus, in Holland.
You don't have to have exact change?
No, they make change for you.
Wow. How primitive. What an odd society.
Oh, I remember how many times you go with a dollar, get out of here.
Get out of here, you punk, get out of here, you punk. Now, what do you do there? Do you do American things? Do you watch, do you have American shows? Do you watch?
Well, it was like, yeah, they have a few American shows, but actually it was funny. This last, month and a half I was there, NBC's got that NBC Superstation.
That's right, we're on in Holland.
You better believe it. I watched you every, you get, real star for entertainment. I want you, you're on twice a night.
You get really star for entertainment.
Well,
thank you.
No, I don't mean that. No, I don't mean that. I mean the fact.
All right, we'll turn on Leno.
No. What I mean by star for entertainment is you're on twice in the same day, and I would watch it both times. I just want to see it when Charles Grodin scratches his nose. All right, it was like a really funny moment.
It's like CNN. When you watch CNN, you realize it's only a half hour, and then you watch again for half hour, hoping something will change.
That's it. I will watch CNN in Europe, like it's a Russian novel or something. I just it's doing something. I gotta get home. It's Crossfire's on, man. I gotta.
Well, did you ever see? There's a show in Germany that's kind of like this show called Late Night with Gunther. Have you ever seen that?
No,
it's like an American version of the Tonight Show.
Oh man.
Do they have those? Do they have?
Well, no, I'm sure they have. I mean, I've been on some of the more or less the Tonight Show of Brazil, all right. And there's a guy named Terry Wogan in England.
Wogan, I know Wogan. Sure, I've done that.
He was a jerk to me.
He was a jerk.
Yeah.
But now, why was he a jerk? Tell me now. See, what would make a jerk?
Well, I'll tell you what it was. I mean, it was really kind of weird. I go on a show. all right? And there was like a few other people there, and I was there promoting Reservoir Dogs, and he had seen the movie, and before the film, he goes, man, I really dug it. It was really good. Well, he doesn't say dig it, but you know, if you know who I'm talking about, he's this older guy. But the thing is, I come on, and like, he just like starts attacking me about the violence in the movie, all right? I spend the whole time...
Newhart like that.
I end up like defending the film, doing a really good job of that, by the way, all right? It's all finished, all right? He goes, hey, you know, I just loved it. I kept the tape of it, and I gave you a little trouble there just so we could have some fun television, you know? Like, well, thanks a lot. But it was so funny because like you are so huge in Holland, man. I gotta tell you, it's like they say the commercial for the Tonight Show. All right, in Holland, and it's played every like 6 minutes. It's like this montage of you talking to all these people. Actually, there was a lot of Pulp Fiction stuff. Like they always have all these clips of you talking to me and Sam Jackson. In particular, that clip with you and John Travolta, or like doing the double dance. And it was like they say, he spent more time amongst the stars than Captain Kirk.
Well, actually, these.
And it always ends with you going, ah.
Well, these shoes are wooden, you know.
Oh, God, there you go. You got the tulip thing.
Now, let me ask you about this. Now, you do some acting in this one.
Yeah.
Well, you've done acting in a lot of them, actually. You actually do a very good job in this one.
Oh, thanks.
Now, but this is what I want to ask you something about, because I know throughout the screenwriting and the directing, accolades. And then I've seen a few people take shots at you sometime with the acting thing.
Yeah.
My first question is, do you concentrate as much as an actor as you do as a writer and director? Or do you just kind of assume, I'll just do what I do? And second of all, does it bother you when that happens?
Okay, well, the first question is, yes, I do, when I'm acting in a film, actually in particular in this one, because most of the stuff I had done before actually really wasn't a whole heck of a lot different from being like in an acting class, because I was like in a movie that I was in like 1 or 2 scenes.
Right.
And it's just, that's kind of like acting class. You get some scene, and you kind of work on it your best at home, and then you show up, and you know, you either nail it or you don't, you know, and then you go home. This was the first, and this is the biggest part I've ever played, so this was the first time I got a chance to kind of build a character during the course of time. And I was serious as a heart attack about it. I mean, I was like, you know, it was like when I was doing it, that's all I was doing.
Yeah.
All right, don't talk to me, don't bother me, you know. And it's really kind of weird for me because, like, normally I have a really good time on a set, and it's a big family kind of thing, but I was the guy. I played this.
Plus you're a psycho.
I played a psycho guy named Richie Gecko in it, and I was like, I kind of wanted to keep, and that wasn't an excuse to be a madman, but just keeping his mindset. But now, as far as like, does it bother me? Well, yes. But what bothers me about it is, I like film criticism. If I wasn't a filmmaker, I'd probably be a film critic, and I'll read reviews. I've never read a bad review about a movie that I've directed that ever hurt my feelings. I either agreed with the guy or I didn't agree with the guy. All right, and but when you're an actor, it's just such a personal level. They are rejecting you. All right, you know, it's like, you know, oh, you know, I hated your story in 4 rooms. All right. Oh, really? What did you hate about it? You. Oh, okay.
See,
it's getting a little hot in here. All right.
I got a review once that said, Mr. Leno's head looks like a piece of urban folk art. Now, what can I do? I can't change my head. You know, I mean, I can't put a different head on. This is what the guy said. I go, well, my head looks like urban folk art. Well, what do I do now? I can't get another head. What am I going to do?
Here, Margaret Cho's like routine about, like, you know, the lovely, beautiful Zoftig Margaret Cho. What does Zoftig mean? Isn't that German for big fat pig? But I mean, the thing is, like,
like in this movie, I mean, Dusk til is the film, by the way. This is really, now you wrote this.
Yeah,
You know what I liked about it? You play this psycho, and this is the first time I've seen it in film. Perhaps it had been done before, but the first time I'd seen it. And this is what I liked about it, was usually when you watch the psycho, you have the people saying things, like there's a scene where he meets this woman, and she turns and says, you see him say this to you.
Yeah.
She never really says it.
Right, exactly.
But in your mind, she said it.
Exactly.
And we're seeing what a psycho sees as opposed to seeing the psycho. If that doesn't make any sense?
No, yeah, I know what you mean. But it's like,
well, you're a psycho.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's so funny because I did a little research on schizophrenics, and that is really a big problem that they have. And the thing about it was funny, I was doing the press junket, and they're talking, they go, so, what's it like playing such a crazy, weird, sick character as this Richard Gecko, you know? And I'm afraid I can't look at him that way because, I mean, I understand where he's coming from because, I mean, there is a reason for everything he does. It's not a good reason, and it's not happening, all right? But I really like the fact that, like, for 20 seconds in the movie, you actually see the world through Richie's eyes.
Yeah, that worked for me. I thought that was great. I thought that was terrific. Now, Clooney, as well. Did you pick Clooney?
No, Robert picked Clooney.
Oh, okay.
What happened was, but it was really weird. It was like a real serendipity kind of thing because I was directing my ER episode, all right, when Robert got the idea. All right, and I was like, oh man, that's a great idea. The Snake and a Bit Us. But it was like, we were kind of limited because we have to cast somebody that could look like my brother, and I was already in the part, so that was pretty much you or George.
Oh, well, there you go. Gee, I wonder how I lost.
No, you take over, you become the king of late night, you stop, the negotiations broke down, you know.
But anyway, the movie is Dusk Till Dawn, and folks, this is a wild movie and funny and terrific dialogue. It just killed me.
Oh,
Quentin,
thanks, man.
thank you very much.
Thanks a bunch, man.
You get another hit.